is the problem with this person? Which organ is sick? Similarly, a lot of information that is there in space, because its past, present and future are at one point instead of three different points. It means all information that something may happen. Yes.
Yes, one question was a bit basic, but let's say in electricity, when we say we have 50 hertz or 50 cycles per second, it's a sign of electricity that is repetitive in a number of cycles per second. When we're talking here 20 or 10 cycles per second, what is the cycle? The cycle is what?
Basically, this is the unit of measurement as formulated by doctors and scientists, neuroscientists. And this is measured on a machine called electroencephalogram. It's a machine that measures the brain wave. This is the wave in the brain wave. And this is measured in terms of cycles, CPS or hertz per second. It means that there is a certain cycle, 20 times there is a wave in 1 second in a particular part of the brain. So this is called 20 cycles per second. Now, if these three are at one point, it means even the information about the future can be available. And this is so true, because apparently the way new things are coming every day, new information, new technologies, new methodologies, all of a sudden, how does it come? And if you were to listen and read people who have made some inventions, you'll be amazed. Inevitably, most of the time, they were stuck at a point and suddenly something happened, either in a dream or maybe Thomas Edison, he had a problem. He said, the moment I'm about to go to sleep, I get a thought, I get an idea, but I fall asleep, and when I wake up I forget. So what he did was, he took a ball and tied a thread, and the other end he tied it to his waist. So he would keep the ball in his hand and close his eyes and think. The moment he was about to go to sleep, the ball would fall, and the moment the ball would fall, he would wake up and think what he was thinking and write down. And when he failed, huge number of times, he never gave up, because somehow he could not find the right filament to glow. He had all the filament, he would pass electricity, but they would not glow, they would burn. So he found that right filament after 9,999 attempts. Amazing, isn't it? How people could do it. Now, at 10 cycles per second, it means the entire universe. And this is what, if you have been interested in reading about the yogis and the Sufis and the mystics, and they all have this common aphorism, one with the universe, to be one with God or whatever it is. The oneness that they're talking about is a particular state of mind in which you are in harmony and balanced and in connection with everything around you. And this everything is space. How do we do that? Because the moment you close your eyes and your brain frequency tends to come down, you will fall asleep. And once you are asleep, you do not have conscious control of what you can do. So there is a possibility, and this possibility through some specialized trainings, where your brain is programmed. You have a computer, you buy a computer, and let's say your profession is you are looking after the finance of an organization, and you need a particular software to take care of all the payrolls and stuff like that. So do you make the software? No. You ask somebody to give you a customized software, and this software, all you need to do is to just put it in your computer, download it, and that's it. Now the person has made the software. You are not even supposed to know how it is made. Your job is done. You have an access to a technology by which you will be able to utilize the best of your times and get the better results, because the software is doing all the job for you. If you have a computer but you do not have an operating system, your computer won't work, right? Your computer doesn't have a sense, it can't work. It has to have an operating system. Previously we used to have DOS, now we have Microsoft. Now, Windows. Now, these two basically make the computer work. They are the basic intelligence for a computer. By itself, the computer will not work. Similarly, there are, I'm not talking about the actual software, but there are softwares that are related to the mind, human mind. And if these softwares are installed in your brain, then your brain would be able to go down from gamma, beta into alpha, even into theta without falling asleep. Now at that level, people have done it, but it takes years and you don't have that much time. You have 5 years to meditate? No. There was a time we had 5 years. You had all the time in the world. Now everything is so fast. You make decisions like that quickly. And you have a lifespan in which you need to enjoy and make sure by the time you retire, you have a great life ahead. You can retire with ease, you have enough money, everything is there. So we don't have much time. Previously people had time. Issues are more, problems are more. Human interaction has gone to a level where a person sitting in Dubai can communicate with all the pizza lovers in the world. All the soccer balls fan in the world can communicate from all over the world just through the tip of your finger. On a computer you know what is happening. So although the world has become smaller, we have come closer to each other, but the problems have increased many folds. We don't have those pleasant moments with our relationships, in our relationships. We do not have that level of trust that we used to have. We do not have people who would previously care for each other, because everyone and every man is to himself. It's a world in which we are all surviving and striving to survive. It's a jungle out there. Now this technology was available, but in a raw form. People used to meditate for years, 10 years, 15 years, and then they would acquire the ability to be able to bring the brain frequency down and yet remain awake and conscious. And then they would work with that lower brain frequency. You work, and one of the work that you do is, because you are connected with space, you are able to influence matter at any level. This is matter, my brain is matter, everything around is matter. Now mind basically is the intelligence, and this intelligence has the capacity to penetrate at any level and depth of either the inanimate matter kingdom or the animate matter kingdom. The lifeless matter and the matter which is full of life, the plant and the animals and the human life. So you can influence with that particular state of mind. Your thought can influence matter. A very concentrated, positive, focused thought continuously put on a particular idea or a project or a problem or a person or a pet for a sustained period of time every day causes that particular object on which we are focusing to start to vibrate at the level that you want that to vibrate, which means that you can actually help people by focusing on their health problems, helping them to heal. The body heals because you're directing your thoughts to their body to heal. You don't heal, the body itself heals, but you're activating the healing system within somebody else's body, and distance has no meaning. Now all this is possible, but one of the things that prevent us from thinking that this is possible is that we live in a different domain altogether. There are yes and no's, ifs and buts. Many things are not possible, and the reason why it happens is we are living in a cage. We are encaged in the world of our education, our beliefs, and this prevents us from thinking beyond. When we go to Theta, something very interesting happens. How many of you have ever seen a Buddhist monk or a yogi, senior guy, or somebody who has been doing meditation for years? Anybody seen that? No. You have seen that. Okay. And if you have seen, there's hardly any movement in the body. Nothing disturbs them. Physically they are alive. But if you were to check the pulse and the heartbeats and the respiratory volume, you'll be amazed. At times, nothing for a few seconds, or so low that to you it would feel as if the person is dead, and yet the person is alive and very much conscious. Okay. This is where they are able to go into theta and at delta. At night in sleep, we pass on to these levels, the different dimensions, and we pass on to delta. And when we are in delta every night, for a split second, sometimes microseconds, sometimes 2 seconds, we are literally dead. There is no pulse, there is no heartbeat, nothing. We are literally dead. And the body needs this